Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky Setre. I hope you're doing well. So we're all aware about the new UK immigration changes, especially with regards to bringing dependents with us to this country. We are aware that from January 2024, students, apart from PhD or research masters, cannot bring their dependent with them to the UK. We're also aware that from the spring of 2024, so March going, care workers won't be able to bring their dependents to the UK. We know so far that nurses and doctors are not affected. Other skilled workers are now having to prove that they are earning, or they have to prove they are able to meet the high financial requirement in order to bring their dependents. So I think it's about 38,000 plus per annum. You should be earning that in order to bring your dependents to the UK. So things are becoming difficult, but in today's video I'm talking differently about 8 reasons why your dependent visa application can be refused. So if you want to know more about this, why not watch the video to the end? So let's look at the 8 reasons why your dependent visa can be refused if you want to come to the UK. The first on my list is overstaying. So if you've either overstayed or you have breached the immigration laws of UK, then you are going to have trouble applying for a dependent visa. Unless, of course, your overstaying rule has been disregarded. So if you've overstayed and you've gone back, which means you've broken their rules, it takes a couple of years before that can be disregarded. It takes a long time. So if you've ever, overstayed in the UK, or you have breached the UK immigration laws or rules, then unfortunately your visa will be refused. The second on the list is not meeting the eligibility criteria. So for every visa application into the UK, you need to meet certain eligibility criteria. So you have to look at that before you even start the application. Find out whether you actually meet those criteria. The third reason your UK dependent visa, or for that matter any other long-term visa, could be refused is not showing evidence of TB certificate. So if you're applying to come and stay in the UK for more than 6 months, and you're coming from certain countries, high-risk countries, you're supposed to provide evidence of TB certificate. The fourth on the list is about relationship status. So you are applying to come and join your wife or civil partner, and you're not able to meet these criteria by providing valid document to prove your relationship is not a sham relationship. I know people are able to outsmart this very thing, but mainly you should be able to show evidence that you are married or you are in a civil partnership. And normally they would ask you for the evidence that they would want you to provide: marriage certificate, civil partnership certificate, evidence that you've been living together for at least 2 years, or reason why you're not living together. If you can prove all those things, then fine. All they want to know is it is not a sham marriage or sham relationship. Number 5 on the list is this is in regards to a child dependent. So if you're applying for a child dependent, if you're not able to submit evidence that this child is related to the main applicant, a sample showing a birth certificate and things like that. So if you're not able to prove your relationship to a child that you're bringing to the UK, then there's no way they can confirm that that child is related to you, hence that child's visa could be refused, unless of course you're able to provide enough evidence of your relationship, especially the child's relationship to the main applicant, who is the one who has got the COS also. Number 6 is not meeting the financial requirements. So that's very important. And there are a few points under that about meeting that financial requirement. First of all, if you have insufficient funds, you've demonstrated insufficient funds, then it means you've not got enough money to bring dependents to join you in this country. Another one is attempting to use the same funds more than once. So you have used the funds for this person that, oh, I'm able to support this person with the amount that so each person is supposed to be to show that you're able to look after them. I think for one adult, I don't know, I haven't got the figures with me, but if you check, you will know how much each your partner and how much the first child, how much the second child. You should prove that you have been able to support them financially when they get here. So also another thing is you keep them money in the bank and you reusing the same funds. You can't do that. And then if you are not able to show, so for example, the funds have not been held in the account for 28 days. So the proof of funds should be held in your bank account for 28 days. If you're not able to do that, which means you're moving it from here to the other one. Or another one is lack of evidence of the funds not dated within 31 days before the application. So make sure whatever funds you're using stays in the account. If possible, even more than 31 days is even better. Number 7 is failure to maintain or accommodate without relying on public funds. So if you're not able to demonstrate that you're going to be able to accommodate your dependents, they haven't got an address to come and stay, what would you do? It means you're not going to be able to. You should have a place here in the UK before inviting someone, and you should have evidence that you've got a place to live and a place to accommodate your family. Some care workers or nurses, you come in, and I always advocate for people coming first and letting their relatives join them later. You can all get the visa, but they can wait. And now because of the changes, I'd rather you all get the visa and then they can wait. And when you are here, or the other way around, you can wait and invite them when you're well settled, especially this is nurses or doctors. For care workers, if you have got your COS now, it's better to do it with your family now, because if you wait after up to March onwards, then the new rules may affect your dependents and you can't bring them. So with accommodation, most of the hospital accommodations that are offered to the nurses are usually shared, not for families. They are usually given about 6 weeks or 2 months of accommodation. After that, you are supposed to be moving out, unless of course you've got money and you can get help to rent a place for you and your family, then that's fine. But other than that, it can be a bit difficult. You may all arrive and you have nowhere to really stay. You can't stay with your wife or your husband. But if you work with the hospital that you're coming to be working at, or the care home that you're going to be working at, they should be able to help you solve that problem anyway. The last but not the least, number 8 on the list is not submitting criminal record certificate. So usually you are required to submit criminal record certificate or police certificate in any country you have lived for 12 months or more in the 10 years before the date of your application. They want to make sure that you're not bringing a dependent who has got a criminal record or is not a criminal. You're not bringing in a criminal to the country. Therefore, they would like to them to submit criminal record certificate or police certificate in each country they have lived for 12 months, which is a year, or in the last 10 years. If they've lived in your country, let's say lived in Ghana for the rest of their lives, why not? They can just get a police certificate. But if you've gone to live in Nigeria for 2 years, you move to another country for a year, and you move to Ghana for another year, then you have to get police certificate for each country you have lived for 12 months or more within the last 10 years before your application. Is very important. I hope this video has been helpful. So anyway, I'm not feeling too good. I've got a bad cough and cold, so my voice is a bit not the real voice, but oh well, I'm sure you've enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again later. Bye bye.